This is CS from DWP here for Warframe Wiki Wednesday, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about this thing called Endo. And with Endo, Endo is one of the things that you use to upgrade your mods. There's various ways of getting Endo, one of which is sculptures, some is combining mods, some is just purely from drops. But I wanted to go ahead and just cover the wiki on it, just so there's no confusion about anything going forward. So first, let's start with what is Endo. So Endo is a form of energy used in the process of fusion to upgrade the effectiveness of mods. Appearing as a large blue and gold orb, it is commonly dropped by slain enemies, as well as rewarded by a variety of mission types. Endo can also be acquired by dissolving unused mods in the Orbiter's mod segment, converting the mods into set quantities of Endo. Maru can also extract Endo from I-10 treasures at her bazaar. Just to get into that, because there's not really much more to the wiki, but to kind of explain those points. So when they say you can dissolve the mods, for example, you can take these duplicates. Let's say I took all these duplicates and left one, just for example. I could, as I say, dissolve the mods into Endo. So just from this pile of mods, I can get 2,500 Endo, and you can proceed to do the same thing with all the rest of your duplicates. And cannot sell last of ability mod. Oh yeah. Let's do this then. Just keep one. Oops. Oops. Sorry. Just hitting buttons too quick. Anyway, so just from that I can get 10,000 Endo. Sorry it took so long to do that. You basically just click the button, it'll ask you, do you want to proceed? You hit sell, and it'll sell all of them, and then you'll be up Endo. Another thing you could do is, as I said, you can get them from I-10 sculptures. Now, unless you're doing, let me stop with the music real quick. Unless you're doing sorties, the one that's going to give you the most Endo is going to be something called the I-10 Order statue, which looks like this. It's going to be the Batman one, or however you want to describe it. Now it starts at 650, and there's various ones, and they all give you different amounts of Endo per sculpture. But this one gives you the most at base, and it gives you the most filled, right? So 2,700. Now, actually, the highest that you can get is actually the Anasa statue, which I unfortunately don't have any. But if you want to see what it looks like, the Anasa statue is this guy right here. That is an Anasa. When it's filled, that's the way it animates. That one gives you a little bit over 3,000 Endo. And Maru's Bazaar, if you're unfamiliar, for those who may not know where that's located, you can find this on Mars, on this planet right here. And Maru's Bazaar is right here, right? So you go in here, you pick a spot, it'll take you in there, and just like any other relay, you'll see a lady at like a podium. You talk to her, say convert or extract Endo from your sculpture, and she will give you the corresponding Endo. They get into not modding, but they basically start talking about, in the wiki, fusion costs. Now this actually is going to kind of coincide with platinum. As you can see, I'm kind of a connoisseur of this, and the reason why this corresponds with Endo is because what you're paying for when you buy a maxed out mod or sell a maxed out mod, what the transaction really is for the amount of Endo that you get, which I'll explain kind of why that's important in a minute. So when you use Endo to rank up your mods, let's say you got a rank 10 common mod, right? The way I would recommend looking at it is you have bronze, it's supposed to be bronze, silver, but I'm gonna just speak human. You got red, blue, yellow, and white, right? And in that order, it goes 10, 20, 30, and 40,000 Endo. So for this one, it's going to be 10,000 Endo, 500,000 credits. It's just the way it works. It goes 500,000, 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, red, blue, yellow, white, right? So with this one, I already know how much it's going to cost. So if I'm selling this maxed out, which people want it for the Hildren, I'm only going to charge them for 10,000 Endo and 500,000 credits. Whereas if I did like a blue one, like let's say I did Blood Rush, right? If I did Blood Rush, this one's going to be 20,000 and 1,000,000 credits, right? And keep in mind, this is another thing I want you to get. Now this is just tips. This isn't even in the wiki. basically, you can. I would say, if you're going to, this is what you got to keep an eye out for. People saying they want to sell you a rank 8 mod. Rank 8 looks good, but that's literally 75% of the cost is what it's going to take to rank it up the rest of the way. Right? So they only spent 5,000 Endo to get it to that rank. It's going to cost you another 15,000 Endo just to max it. So just be careful with that. Same thing with credits, right? 250, 1 million, right? So just, you know, be mindful of that. And that goes for every type of mod. You know, just to cover this one more time with the gold mods, I just want to show you the proof in the pudding. So let's say you're selling a gold mod. And this is also why these mods have different prices. So if you see someone selling a max rank adaptation for the same price as a maxed out redirection, that's one of those are incorrect. And the reason why is because this is 3 times the amount of the red one. Right? So if you're spending 1.5 million and 30,000 credits to max this mod, you should charge that accordingly. And the same thing goes for the red one. If you're only spending 10,000 and 500,000 credits, you should reduce the price accordingly, right? Just to keep it fair in the trade chat, just to make it, you know, so that you guys understand what you're looking at as far as that. Now, I don't think it stops here, but I actually have a mod saved for you guys. It's basically a prime, just so you can see the cost of that one. So we're gonna go to rarity, and it's prime quick draw, which I probably could have just typed that in, but we're gonna see how much this costs. So when you rank this up, 40,000, 2 million credits. So one thing to note about this is you'll see this a lot in trade chat, and the only reason I'm bringing up trade chat is because this is a commonplace when it comes to maxing mods and trading mods with max and max this and max that, because somebody will type in wanna buy prime something, right? But the prime something they're typing in that they want to buy, they say I want it maxed for 60 plat, or I want it maxed for 70 plat. Well, the thing that you need to be mindful of is you're spending 10,000 more and 500,000 more credits than an adaptation, for example, or a heavy caliber. Now, a heavy caliber, if I said I wanted to buy a heavy caliber, and the reason I'm kind of pointing this out because I want you guys to know what you're getting into. I'm gonna say want to buy a heavy caliber maxed, right? The offer I should get is between 70 to 100, but what you'll see is that people want to buy prime pressure point, prime heavy trauma, prime flow, prime heated charge. They want to buy that mod for how much? I don't know. You offer, right? 95, right? See, so that's a gold. That's a gold mod, right? I just want to put you guys up on this. Heavy caliber is a gold mod, just in case you're wondering. That's 30,000 Endo, 1.5 million credits, right? Yeah, he doesn't even know, right? So, but they want to buy the more expensive one for less, right? So now that you guys understand how that works, now when you see somebody who's like, hey, I want to buy prime Fever Strike for 60 plat max, you can give them some colorful language and excuse them from the conversation. Long story short. So, but yeah, so just want to make sure you guys knew about that. Also, the biggest note, I want to reiterate this, the last 2 dots is 75, these two is 75% of the cost, right? So right here, it costs you 10,000. This is a 40,000 Endo mod. 30,000 is what it takes to get those last 2 dots. So just be aware of that. Other than that, I'll just give you guys a couple tips as far as getting Endo. Now, it does say in the wiki that the best place to get Endo is arbitrations. I can concur with this. I average about 5 to 15,000 Endo, depending on if you consider the mods or not, in Endo. I mean, that's how much Endo I get from like a 1-hour arbitrations. If you do not have access to arbitrations, another good place to go to would be, I'll deal with that in a second. Another good place to go to would be Vodyanoi. I hope I said that correctly. But there's a good place. Make sure you have a decent amount of judgment points. If you don't, you can go here and kind of work your way through it until you have all the judgment points. But here with the Necros, you're gonna get a ton, and I mean a ton. Like if you have a booster, I think last time I did it with a booster, it was like 750. It was some outrageous amount. in like 5 minutes. Like not even 5 minutes. It was like 2-3 minutes. It was so much endo in such a short span of time. Like if you just rerun it, you'll get a lot of endo from there. So arenas on Setna, good place to get your endo. Arbitrations, really good place to get your endo. But I think more importantly, just be wary of the cost of it and the trade amount, and know that what you're actually paying for and what you're actually selling is the endo and the credits. So if you want to sell endo, you look for somebody who wants the mod, you offer it maxed, you max the mod out, you sell it to them, boom, now you have endo. That was a video busting down in After Effects. Sorry about that sound effect. If there's any questions, you can feel free to finally. Yeah, I know, man. It was a music day. That was a YouTube video for the guy that I'm busting down. That was that sound effect. But we just got done, so I was like, finally, I'm coming here and knock this out. But it was a good day nonetheless. Yeah, without further ado, this is CS with DWP. For any questions, like I said, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll definitely answer any questions in regards to endo. If you need tips, there's 1,000,001 videos. My personal recommendation is arbitrations. I can't reiterate this enough though. Don't get got in the trade chat over endo. If they want a prime mod, charge them the prime fee. If they want a gold mod, charge them the gold fee. If they want a blue mod, charge them blue fee, so on and so forth. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't shortchange other people. Don't skimp. Don't rob. Don't, just be fair. Now that you guys know, you are held accountable to your own actions. Blah, 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 blase, blase. And CS is out. Hold on. What's going on? You finally streaming? Yes, I know. Finally, I'm streaming. Anyway, y'all take it easy. I'll see you guys in the next piece of content. Holla, love you guys, and peace out of 5,000. Woo!